Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss my future videos. Also, to hit the like button if you liked my videos. And now let's get into the rest of the video. But the 2020 NBA playoff has started. It has officially started, and let's go over some of the scores from the past 2 days, from today and yesterday, and there were a few shockers in today's games. But let's get into yesterday's games first. First game, I believe, was the Nuggets versus the Jazz. Now this game went to overtime. I'm sure it went to overtime based on how they played it. And the playoff, it's finally here, and the playoff are always very entertaining to watch. Now, seeing this matchup makes me think of how they're going to be playing. You got two players that have size, Nikola Jokic and Rudy Gobert. And yesterday, game 1, Denver versus Utah. Denver took the W by 10 points. They won by 10 points, defeating the Jazz as they take the 1-0 lead in the series. But anything can change then, so you never know how the Jazz are going to compete their way back. Next team to win their series, not win the series, but win the game 1 was the Toronto Raptors. They will defeat the Brooklyn Nets, and they are up with the 1-0 lead. Then Boston, they're going to take down the 76ers, which is a shocker. I'm not sure who won the series last time, but I'm sure it could have been the Sixers. I'm not sure, but if you look it up, it should have been the Sixers. I think it was the Sixers that won it, but if you look at it, because I'm right now just searching into here right now, because if you look at it, I'm not sure if I can just find the 2018 playoff thing, but I'm sure it was the Sixers that won it because of how they compete. And actually come into here. No, actually. So, I'm sorry I paused it a little, but here it is. And actually, I was wrong. The Celtics actually won it last in 2018. In 2018, they battled again, and then it was the Celtics that actually outlasted them. So the Sixers are actually trying to get the revenge back. But then the Clippers versus the Mavericks, we saw a little scuffle there. Porzingis got ejected, and then LeBron was on Twitter just rocking, seeing how they can beat the Clippers team. But the Clippers actually defeated the Mavs and will take a 1-0 lead in the series as they won the game 118-110. Today's games, it's a shocker. Orlando actually defeated Milwaukee, and there will be no home court advantages, of course, but it's a shocker to see the Orlando Magic actually defeating the Milwaukee Bucks 122-110. Wow, what a game that was. And by halftime, I looked at the score, and it was because at halftime when I was actually watching this game, I actually saw the Orlando Magic up by 10. I was like, how is this team that good? And they actually outlast the Bucks, and they have taken a 1-0 lead. Next game was the Miami Heat versus the Indiana Pacers. Obviously, I think the Heat are going to win the series, even though they are the 5th seed, and they actually do win game 1 by 12 points. They defeated the Indiana Pacers, and I actually watched some of the highlights. the time I watched, it was just back and forth, but then they did come away with that victory. And then the final two games, and then there will be a little shocker once you see it. And then you can see the little just the Rockets actually defeated the Thunder. They blew out the Thunder in game one. I wasn't expecting the Thunder to get blew out because they play the hardest, but I guess they weren't really just into it that time. And actually coming into the final and coming into that Thunder versus the Rockets game, looking at the Rockets, they actually played a great fight with that Westbrook. Coming to the team, the people, I'm just going to announce the people that scored, not the people that. So basically, they actually ran, and now they're running Covington at center, which is not going to be a good thing if we're going to play against another center like Steven Adams. Because I can definitely tell Steven Adams out-rebound Robert Covington. But their team, I was expecting James Harden to put up a big show, and he did. James Harden had 37 points. Eric Gordon was 21. Robert Covington 3 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Not a good night, but they still got the W. And then Daniel House had 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. 9 points, 5 assists, and 1 rebound. And then Peter Tucker had 11 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And off the bench, basically, they just had Jeff Green with 22 points. And then you have Austin Rivers, who had 4. Oh, and not to forget, Ben McLemore had 14. And then, I don't know this dude, but Bruno Cabocillo, if that's how you say his name, he had 2 points. So Houston, they're mainly putting it on Harden. Now coming to OKC, they actually put up a great fight. CP3 was 20. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander had 9. Steven Adams had 17. Danilo Gallinari was 29. Terrence Ferguson had 6. Off the bench, Darius Bailey had 9. That bench wasn't that great though. Dennis Schroeder had 6. And Hamidou Diallo, the person that won the 2019 dunk contest, he had 7 points. Mike Muscala, if we don't know him, Mike Muscala, he had 3 points. Nerlens Noel had 2 points, and then the rest of the players did play, but they didn't score. So yeah, Andre Robertson, Deontay Burton, and then Abdel Nader, they did play, but they did not score. So I'm not going to be announcing them in here. So basically that was, and then the shocker. No one was expecting this to happen, but it did. The Portland Trailblazers has actually defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in Game 1. And let's check the box score for this. Melo had 11. Wenyen Gabriel had 4. Yusuf Nurkic had 16. Damian Lillard had 34. CJ McCollum had 21. Gary Trent Jr. had 5. And to be noticed, Damian Lillard did play 43 minutes, so yeah. And then, what was that? Sorry. Hassan Whiteside had 7, and then Mario Hazonia had 2. LeBron James, he's okay. He did not put a good fight in this playoff. He only had 23 points. Despite playing 41 minutes, he only had 23 points. Davis had 28 points. But LeBron did have a triple-double, though. He did have a triple-double, so I do get how he did how he was probably the best player for the Lakers in that game. And then JaVale McGee had 6. KCP, Kentavious Caldwell Pope had 1. Cool. Anna Green had 10. Kyle Kuzma had 14. Alex Caruso had 2. Marcus Morris had 5. Dwight Howard had 4. And Dion Waiters didn't even score. He played only 1 minute and did not score in that game. So yeah. But that'll do it for today's video. Be sure to let me know who you think will win some of these series. And leave a comment down below if you're a Laker or Bucks fan. How do you feel about them losing their first game? And do you think they will come back here? But I'll see you in my next video, and I'm out. Peace.